So whatever the futuristic data is just you are putting into this model, that is also will become like this. So our model is in the right. So this is a general idea of any model, not only for this model, right? So right from simple linear regression, this is what we have been doing for the past 1.5 months or 1, right? 23 classes. Yeah, actually, this is a good question. Nobody, is trying to ask, trying to explore. So actually, the training and testing itself, we had a lot of questions, and nobody will be asking. Okay, so we are predicting where the prediction is happening, where the analytics is happening. This visualization is very important, and, and that's why if you just see, I mean, I didn't take any kind of a characteristics or futuristic, I mean, features for decision tree, but whatever the model, whatever the algorithm you are going to train on this data by just seeing and visualizing this information, this infographics, I'm coming to the conclusion. Yes, this is. It looks like it's similar to this training model. So tomorrow I will be adding the futuristic data. Then the model is going to choose the right one, and the prediction would be on a right path. So I hope this answer. I mean, aside is nothing but we just discussing about how the predicting a new result. So what is it, right? So this is what the
Okay,
if
so here, Sini,
hmm.
30, 87,000. So,
Hmm.
can you open that at CSV file? So this is a CSV value. Okay, let me see.
The same social network ads.
Okay. So
Same bit.
now we are actually age versus estimated salary. Okay. Now they are projecting within the boundary or outlier. Like for example, we are testing or training within the range. What is the minimum age? What is the maximum age here?
Minimum is 19, it seems.
Mm.
We just look at the last, if it is a 10, it's a 40.
I'm just seeing 52, just to see the train, X train value here, left side X train. We'll get some idea like 59.
59.
maximum
60 is
age.
there.
60 is there. Come down.
60 is the maximum value. Maybe we open up the let's open up the Excel. Spreadsheet.
So we came back to decision tree metrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it. So we didn't start anything. So Sindhu had a question on how the prediction would be. Okay. So this is the value.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
purchased, yes.
yeah, the same value. Yeah, just filter it on edge. Will yeah.
60.
60 is the
See,
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So can we able to predict 61 or something?
Yes.
Above that outlier, like for example,
Yes,
the
yes.
boundary, about the boundary.
Yes.
So because we are trained from 19 to 60 the data. Okay, this is the already is in data, and we got trained and tested everything in this. Okay, now I am going to predict a value not within this range. I'm going to predict 62. Okay, what will be the value? So can you able to do that in the classification model? Because
Yes.
regression, I think we face some issues like that is we can't able to predict. There is outlier. We can't do that. We have to only do within the range. So I just want to understand. Okay, you can able to do that.
Okay, right. So what I'm going to do right now in front of you, I'm going to ask ChatGPT, right? So let's test and do the dry run everything. Okay. So I have been training the decision tree because we don't want to assume anything. Okay, because this is number, this is statistics, and even I can't tell you any kind of a bluff kind of thing. So this is really a wrong methodology of teaching. So whenever this kind of a questions arises, I will go with the two methodologies. One is we'll take some of the tools because we don't have that kind of a server kind of a thing because we are because if this is an AI and this is an open source and we have to go and check it. Even for ChatGPT, I never depend on this kind of responses, and I go back and test the another set of things. Okay, now it has been improved a lot, and it is giving at least 60 to 70% of the values right. Okay, so I've been training the decision tree classifier, the age group uh, from 18 to 60. Okay, now I would like to get the value predicted for 61 and above. This is what is your question, right? 61 and above. Can I do this in decision tree classifier? Let's see. Okay, so if you're more, I mean, the answer is simply yes, but there is a condition. Right? So if your model is trained on age data from 18 to 60, the decision tree may not have learned patterns beyond this range. Whatever the regression model we have been trained on, the regression, it's a direct relationship between the columns, right? And it has some limitations. However, since decision trees can make predictions for unseen data, since I think you can see the difference right from the basic regression model and also the basic classification model after some point in time. Maybe I will show you. I want to read out loud so that you can. Okay, in classification, even logistic regression, it's a powerful model. You can see, right? So I think what I'm trying to say right now, for each and every basic machine learning model itself, you can see the advancement right from simple linear. Simple linear, okay, it's just doing something. And after that, there is something, some kind of a regression model, but still we have not satisfied with those models. That is why we are just, going and testing for the other predicted models, right? The statistical models. So k nearest neighbors, it is very simple but powerful. SVM, it's a superpower. It has a lot of things because it is based on the vector thing, and vector database has been created, and the, the the support, the support vector, the planes and finding out the things. It is really a powerful tool and potential tool, and the accuracy score is really high because we are again, validating this, all these models apart from regressions, all these right from KNN, SVM, kernel SVM, and naive Bayes, all these things, we have been doing the confusion matrix to make sure that all these things are in the right path. That is why, we are double checking each and every elements, but in regression, we don't have that luxury. The similar way, what they are telling, however, since decision trees can make predictions for unseen data, yes, it is possible. Even though if you are just giving the futuristic data, maybe 61 and above, because already we have trained on until 60 age group, right? You can still pass values like 61 and above for prediction. The model will follow the learned decision boundaries and output a prediction, but the results might not be reliable if the age group 61 plus was not included in the training data. So this is because the model hasn't learned any pattern specific to that age group. But to improve the accuracy, it would be ideal to include a range of age data that covers up close to the age group. So whenever, maybe in your SAS data, whenever the proc GLM model, or whenever you are trying to find out the probabilistic value, you always have an option, the open option, okay, so that, uh, say for instance, and I'll show you. Okay, if I'm giving, I mean, as of now, I have the data because this is the, um, this is the employee data, social network ads. The ad I'm just, the campaign I'm just giving, I'm just taking the age group until 60 because my target audience is whoever is earning, I mean, whoever is just having the capacity of earning much, I mean, more amount, maybe paycheck per month, I mean, month on month basis. I'm only targeting because see, everything will be reliable on your problems. Again, I'm coming to the problem statement. Okay, so that maybe in future you might be, open for any kind of, maybe until 65. You wanted to increase the age category until 65. You can have the macro. I mean, you can just have the provision to change that features or characteristics so that maybe other, I mean, because training this decision tree classifier, for millions and millions of data, it will just not happening. It won't take much time. Even, it won't, consume a lot of your RAM and GPU power. So it is okay because it has some limitations, and we will discuss, while talking about the entropy. What is entropy? Okay, so until that point, you can, do the modeling for the required or specific problem statement. Okay, so you can have the provision. Otherwise, based on your problem statement, just keep it within the limit, but it is possible to train whatever the range. But the pattern, if you just beyond the control, then it is very, very, um, it is, your accuracy score will be less. Right. So this is
So basically,
mm,
we can predict on the training data. So not on
yes.
the what is that, out of range values. Like
Uh,
for example, I trained from 18 to
mm,
61. Suppose
mm,
there is no value for 32. Okay,
mm,
so I can
mm,
predict within that range. because it is already trained between 80 to 60. But if I want to predict 62 or 60 something, which is not present in the data, and it is very difficult to depict the pattern of the particular 62 age group. So that is actually, that's why the results are not reliable within the range. So, okay. So we have to be, if we want to include that range, we have to include that. And we have to train that part. Suppose if we want that, we want to include that and train. Then only that prediction will be more reliable. So the prediction is there, but it's not more reliable if it is not within the range.
That is why, maybe I will show you this pattern. Maybe you can also try in your mobile or in your phone. If you keep on asking some question, very simple question to ChatGPT, okay, the similar question, maybe something you can just try on your laptop, or Sai is trying on his laptop. At some point in time, maybe third iteration or fourth iterations, it will stagnate. That means it is thinking. I mean, there is there is nothing new about your asking the questions. Let me show you that.
Yes. So I have faced this scenario. Like usually when I go attend business meets, sometimes I need to provide myself a 30-second introduction. So what I do is I try to sometime to give a creative approach. I try to lean towards these LLMs. So sometimes there are like repeated kind of description is being provided. So I keep asking like 2-3 times because I'm not satisfied with the output. So again I ask slight tweaking with the question, same question, but I tweak the question and ask. It provides me, but after 2 or 3 instances, the answer repeats or the same answer is modified and provided, but not created newly.
Yeah, exactly. So this is because those kind of instances already got trained. There is no new version or creative way of whatever you are expecting. So that is the limitations of already trained, and because that is the limitations of pre-trained model. So in AI, that is a problem. Okay, that is a challenge. So everybody is saying that AI is going to replace your entire thing. No, for each and everything, you have to do some kind of a training previously. So if maybe say for instance you are hiring a SaaS programmer agentic AI for SaaS programmer, right? You have to end to end do the training for this agents, right? Tomorrow there is a new challenge is coming in a real time. That is very new scenario. It is not trained in the mission, then it never finds out, and it is just a dumb, right? It doesn't have any neural network to think on those lines, and it is giving repeatedly. This is the this kind of a scenario I have never seen in my entire training or history of data. Then you need a human being over there, right, based on the experience. So can you think, or can you imagine any biostatistician or any statistician can create the SAP? Maybe you can think of the layout might be, I don't know, they can produce, but how they can do the SAP, the statistical analysis plan for each and every drug, each and every phase, it is changing, right? The formula is same and everything, the format is same, the approach is same, but there are some other things, the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. There are so many things, have been changing based on the analysis would have been done previously, and the biostatisticians, the statisticians, they are taking a decisions in each and every point. And how are you going to fix that? That is the challenge in clinical trials, especially in clinical trials. And these kind of a challenges everywhere in the field. So you can't fix this. This is if you expect, okay, this bus or flight is coming this time, means you can fix. Flight will be coming on time, the bus is coming on time, train is coming on time. You can fix this. But if any kind of a challenges, any problems occurred, any breakdown occurred, how do you fix this? Then you have to do the alternative. How do you do the alternative for this kind of a physical devices, physical instruments? Right? Still, there is a question how they will just fix these kind of issues. So you have to think in those lines, and training is an important source of your information. If you have not given any input, you won't get any kind of knowledge. So
even we discussed last week, right? The large language models. So 70 billion data, 20 million data. So these are all experimental. Like they want to expose to many sample data, like want to train. So then only the model, that accuracy will be more and more. So whenever we train to export more data, that accuracy might be a chance of getting accuracy will be getting more. Yeah,
exactly.
true.
Right. So
Always
this is
we believe that, okay, we always believe that we go towards how many data value, like, okay, 70 billion data means we got an assumption that, okay, this model is getting trained on 70 billion data. So if we are asking any question on that particular model, so the output might be something realistic figure we'll get. So that's what the assumption automatically come to mind. Okay.
right. But 70 billion in the sense, it is just, segregating the information or filtering the information out of all the available verticals, healthcare, finance, literature. Literature itself, it is having more than, you can't say that how many billions are there, right? No one can say that. It is open-ended question. Literature itself, having so much of text, right? So, if you are doing Tirukkural, only 1,330. Okay, this is a nice example, and I'll show you this. Tirukkural.ai. So this is the a funded project by not for sure, KISFlow. I think you have heard of this guy, Suresh Ramanam, right?
So yeah. The KISS flow.
KISFlow. Recently, not recently, it's almost 3 months or 4 months he was given in this project. Just making some mistakes. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is
For
see,
all AI stuff, the will extension will be .ai. Yeah, we should use that page. Like .ai means it is a
dot
AI page.
AI. Yeah, yes, yes. They're
The
just
domain
domain. You can just it is a trending domain, but you have to pay
Oh.
4 times extra. Your normal
Oh.
website is, .com website is 1,000. The .ai extension is, you have to pay 4,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is
Okay.
too much expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this what I was trying to say. The Tirukkural is a literature, and this literature is having 1,330, right? In Tamil, right? You can, because it is a closed group, it's a closed loop, because we have only 1,330. But if you can just go with all the words, the single words. Okay, even if you're just saying that unique words like 5,000 or 10,000, you can just extend it. Okay, 10,000 unique words. So within this 10,000 unique words, you can play around. Okay, so maybe you can test in your free time, right? So you can. That is why I was saying that agentic AI will be the future. Okay, in clinical trials, in SAS programming itself, there are so many divisions. In SAS programming itself, it's so many divisions, because we have to depend on SAP. SAP depends on the statistician. Statistician depends on their head of the department, and there are so many things, layers, the hierarchies, right? So each and every department should be having some kind of an agent so that you can have the in-depth knowledge of the large language models. Similarly, um, if you take any kind of you can just I'll leave it up to you, your imagination. Yes, so take your work environment, how you can leverage. Okay, so that is so the opportunity of an AI developer or machine learning developer for you guys in the same, the opportunity is wider, and you can utilize the opportunity right now, and you can just flourish your career path. So this is the right time and opportunity, and you can go and create those kind of things. At the end of the session today, I'll give you one of the main problem statement that uh, I'm thinking right now, right? So that you can take it up as a agentic AI project or Gen AI project, so that you can take it as a major capstone project. Okay, so you can play around with this. It's just nicely written, nicely developed. The UI is also very simple. It is not too much of. It's just like a copy of a ChatGPT, but still, it is really a very good environment. You can ask Tamil, you can ask English, so it will in both. Okay, so you can do.
Second question, just to ask. Second question, can you provide Tirukkural insight on effective leadership?
The management activities and everything. You can ask finance, you can ask anything. So it is giving some insights, and it is giving the number of uh,
Oh.
where it is coming from, which Tirukkural is saying about this, right? So, and you can choose this, and you can get the yeah. This is also I like this. They have given. They are updating. They keep on updating. Whoever has given the explanation for each and every Tirukkural. So the four people's explanation. They are just updating. It is really amazing. Okay. Maybe tomorrow this can be done in text to audio. That is also possible, right? So yeah, go on explore. This is based on the LLMs. Okay. So yeah, this is a Dream Tamil Nadu project. So I was part of this, but I didn't contribute anything. But still, they are doing a lot of projects under Dream Tamil Nadu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of things. Right. So a decision tree learning is a predictive modeling approach. It is used to address classification problems in statistics, data mining, and machine learning. So it is having a tree-like structure upside down and represents decisions for, I think all these decisions we have already discussed during the regression models. What we have to do, we have to discuss about the this regression tree features. Okay. Yes. Features to choose, conditions for splitting, to know where to stop, and pruning. This is really an important terminology in decision tree. Okay, so the decision to make a strategic split heavily affects the accuracy of the tree, and the decision criteria for regression. Forget about the regression. Classification trees will be different. Entropy and information gain are Gini. Okay, just please make a note of it. If you are talking about the classification on decision tree, the entropy and information gain are Gini index. Gini index are information gain. So we'll be discussing. So can be used for choosing the best split. So entropy and information gain go hand in hand. So what is the entropy? For a given data set with the different features, we decide which feature to be considered as a root node and which feature should be the next decision node, and so on. The information gain of each feature should be known. That means where the information is getting explored, and based on that information gain, how the decision making is happening. So the characteristics or feature which has maximum information gain will be considered as the root node. So to calculate the information gain, first we should calculate the entropy. So wherever you are calculating entropy, you have to consider information gain. So wherever you are discussing or doing the calculation of information gain, you have to consider entropy. So that is why it is going hand in hand. So entropy is nothing but it is a measure of disorder or impurity in the given data set. It's very simple definition, but it has a value and it has an impact. Okay, so entropy is a measure of disorder or impurity. Just have this in mind, and while doing this calculation and while doing this split, then we'll be getting to the rest. So messy data are split based on values of the feature vector associated with each data point. With each split, the data becomes more homogeneous, which will decrease the entropy. Do you follow this information? Okay. See, whatever the data set you are analyzing in your SaaS day-to-day life, I mean, day in and day out of the SaaS programmer's life, right? Do you think that it is fully cleaned data, right? No, we can't say that. It is not 100% clean data. Sometimes fine, but